With the NBA playoffs and draft that ended in June and offseason news starting to dry up, it can be a real struggle for NBA fans like myself. And don't get me wrong, the WNBA and the Big Three are fun leagues to watch in the summer. But with how unique those leagues are, the same could be said for the NBA. And now with the Summer League, we get a chance at seeing a lot of action over the next 2 weeks from future stars of our league. And right now I'm going to go through the first games and show what a great start the Summer League's been having. So first we're going to start with the New Orleans Pelicans guards with Kobe Buffkin and Markquis Nowell, where both players combined for 50 points, shooting 50% from the field and over 50% from the three-point line combined. First with Kobe Buffkin showing why he was a first round pick back in 2023 with his on-ball creation, as well as Markquis Nowell showing out with his exciting play, with his passing, as well as his pesky defense. So some more big performances came from the Philadelphia 76ers and the Detroit Pistons facing off. And for the Sixers, one big performance came from Johni Broome. That was a real force in the paint, creating opportunities for himself through the post as a play finisher off of pick and rolls, and really just controlling the interior on both sides, finishing with 8 offensive rebounds as well as 2 blocks on the defensive end. And beside him was Isaac Johnson as well as Dante Maddox, finishing with 20 points apiece, as well as shooting a combined 75% from 3. And now for the Detroit Pistons, Isaac Jones was a very big performer, finishing with 22 points, 4 rebounds, and really just being an aggressive player on both sides of the court. As a defender, of course, guarding multiple positions, but offensively as a rim finisher, finishing inside the paint as well as attacking closeouts from the perimeter to attack the rim. And with some of the departures that the Pistons got over this time, there's a good chance that the Pistons would look towards another versatile defender and just aggressive player matching their play style and overall culture. So lastly, we got Liam McNeely for the Charlotte Hornets that played a very efficient game against the Orlando Magic, finishing with 28 points that included 7 threes, 4 assists, and really doing everything you ask for in the type of player Liam McNeely is, being an off-ball scorer, off-ball shooter, as well as doing just enough on-ball creation to get others involved and just to keep the offense moving, which is a really encouraging sign for the second year forward. And to now go into Thursday's Rookie Watch, we had former Michigan teammates Yaxel Landenberg for the Golden State Warriors and Morez Johnson for the Dallas Mavericks face off. Yaxel ended up finishing with 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, really filling up the stat sheet and really showing why he was picked in the lottery as a do-it-all forward that could play defense on multiple positions, but as well as being a versatile offensive player, finishing in transition as well in half court as a play finisher, and even creating some plays off of mismatches and defensive breakdowns. And Morez Johnson would have a game of his own, finishing with 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists, and making a big presence on the defensive end, finishing with 3 steals and 2 block shots, with both former Michigan players showing out, but Yaxel and the Warriors winning in the end. Going back to the Pistons and 76ers game, there was a big point guard battle between LeBaron Philon and Ibuka Okorie, with Ibuka getting 20 points, 4 assists, and looking like everything that the Pistons wanted in the point guard, as a strong, consistent slasher, as well as a perimeter threat in the pick and roll, and really show off his ability to create from the perimeter. That same on-ball creation was matched with LeBaron Philon on the other side for the 76ers, finishing with 18 points and 7 assists, and is really looking like a solid option for the Sixers' second unit. And with the big matchup on Thursday night being the number 1 overall pick, AJ Debonsa and the Wizards, versus the number 2 overall pick, Darren Peterson and the Utah Jazz. Both players didn't really have good shooting nights, but overall they showed everything as promised, as AJ Debonsa was still that physical wing that is able to get to wherever he wants on the court, and Darren Peterson's ability to shoot from all over the court as well. And both their talents extend to the defensive end, as Darren Peterson is a very active player with good anticipation to get steals and contest shots well. And with AJ Debonsa's physicality and athleticism, this makes him really good to stay in front of a lot of defenders and not really get pushed off of his position. Both showed their crazy talent overall, but they still have some weaknesses. First, with AJ Debonsa and his decision making at times, whether to shoot or to pass off of double teams, as well as Darren Peterson's ability to handle pressure as a point guard, as well as his ball security with that much usage. And with the coaching staff knowing this and putting them in more situations like these, we will see with this short amount of time whether they can fix these issues. And for the last matchup, we had two top 10 picks going at it, with Darius Acuff and the Sacramento Kings versus Keaton Wagler and the Los Angeles Clippers. In that game, Acuff mostly showed his ability to create space and really just be a lead guard, but still having major defensive issues off ball. And with Keaton Wagler, he had a very quiet game, only hitting one shot from the field, really showing one of the main weaknesses in his game with his physicality and strength, as he couldn't really create any separation compared to what Acuff was doing that game. And that shot making would continue on Friday's Rookie Watch, where Acuff's former Arkansas teammate Malik Thomas would score 20 points with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. As Thomas really turned it up in the fourth quarter, as he showed he's not only an off-ball scorer, but he could also do a lot of on-ball creation, not only as a shooter, but a rim attacker, and really finishing with layups and floaters as well. And speaking of good fourth quarter play, a lot came from Raptors forward Allen Graves, who was another first round pick, as he would finish with 22 points and 13 rebounds, and really showing his activity from both ends as a play finisher, as well as his great hustle to rebound and on defense as well with his active hands, also finishing with 3 steals and 2 blocks. But the biggest play of the game would come from Chris Sinac Jr. from the Boston Celtics, as he would hit the game-tying 3 to send the game into overtime, where the Boston Celtics would win by 3 points, and Chris Sinac finishing with 14 points and 10 boards, a double-double of his own, showing his ability to space the floor as a big man on the offensive end, as well as his activity and hustle on the defensive end, also finishing with 4 blocks. Now to quickly go through some other performances throughout the day before we go to the big matchup of Friday. First, shout out to Mikal Brown Jr. as he finished with 20 points, shooting 50% from the field, and he really showed his ability to score on all 3 levels, and even once he gets to the paint off of drives, still being able to kick it out to the open man. As well as second round pick Tyler Nickel that finished with 6 threes, showing why he's one of the best shooters in the draft. Also Rockets second round pick Bruce Thornton that finished with 27 points, that showed off his shooting and finishing ability, as well as another point guard in Quadir Copeland that finished with 14 points and 7 rebounds and really was good at organizing the offense and just keeping players consistent throughout the game with his high energy and great motor. And the big matchup of Friday night being the 3rd overall pick Cam Boozer versus the 4th overall pick Caleb Wilson, with the Grizzlies winning by 1 against the Bulls. But Caleb Wilson would still finish with 35 points, 5 rebounds, as well as doing a lot on the defensive end with 3 blocks and 2 steals, showing his activity on both ends, but really showing how refined his game got since the last time most people seen him as a North Carolina Tar Heel. As Caleb Wilson would finish with 7 threes, something that you weren't used to seeing from him in his lone season in North Carolina. And Cam Boozer would have a good game as well with 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, really showing he could do everything on the court as a primary ball handler as well as a post presence. Really just a player that makes the game easy due to his high IQ and ability to pass. He's able to get his teammates involved very well, as much as him being a main option on this offense. And this is definitely the way the Grizzlies would like to play with Cam, as well as playing around Cedric Coward, Zach Edey, and the rest of their squad. Other good performances I seen on Friday was first Amari Williams and John Tonje, where Amari Williams finished with 23 points, 13 rebounds, and John Tonje with 20 points and 5 rebounds. But the box score doesn't really tell you how good they were defensively, as Tonje and Amari Williams were two big reasons why the Raptors were unable to score near the end of the game, as well as them getting the victory overall in overtime. Then you have Pete Nance, younger brother of Larry Nance Jr., that looked like he just could not miss a three. And also a really good point guard battle between Javon Small of the Grizzlies and Jalen Sellers of the Chicago Bulls, where both really showed their creation and playmaking abilities late in that fourth quarter, which was very fun to watch. And on that note, now I want to talk about some more players who be fun to watch throughout the Summer League. First, the uber athletic players like Joan Beringer of the Minnesota Timberwolves and Toby Lawal of the Dallas Mavericks. Both being very athletic players, you could easily see them jumping out the gym in some of their highlights, but they're more of just athletes right now with limited skill, but there is very good potential on both of these guys becoming something in the league just based off of how good they are athletically and how well they move for their size. Also, Lakers sophomore wing Adu Farrell that is showing his improvements as a player going into his second year as a human highlight reel with not only super high vertical dunks but powerful ones as well. And lastly, to go into the fan favorites, this is where you're going to see the Summer League crowd really go wild for. First is Yuki Kawamura, where he just feels like one of the most exciting players to watch when he's on the court with his flashy passing, no-look passes, and really just keeping the defenders off balance and really guessing what he's going to do next. But he's not just all flash, he's actually a lot of substance as well, as he's a very high IQ player on both ends of the floor. Second is Robbie Avila for his skills and talent, for more say the lack of athleticism he has paired with it, as he's still able to be a very useful player as a passer at the top of the key and still finishing around the basket with his size and strength. Also, fans and announcers' creativity at very funny nicknames. So overall, I'd say this has been a fun start to the Summer League with another promising rookie class. So let me know your thoughts so far on the 2026 Summer League, as well as the upcoming rookie class, and who do you think is going to win the Summer League? Personally, I got the Memphis Grizzlies just because of their suffocating defense. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.